entire film in IMAX, and the biggest problem is the sound at the time, we would have, which he, I think, subsequently did. And so that was always his real dream. So in the case of going from, to obviously IMAX is 4:3, and most theatrical releases, and certainly at that time, were, standard anamorphic, and we always loved working in anamorphic. We shot everything in anamorphic. Yeah. So the idea was at some point we have to make that transition. So to maximize the IMAX format in IMAX theaters, it would be 4:3, and then it would come down to anamorphic for the body of the film and the non-action sequences primarily. The interesting thing that we found out is we really labored over the idea of how those transitions would work and what's the best way to integrate them. And Chris and his editor Lee Smith figured out the best points in which to do that, to make the transitions. And the funny thing is, what we noticed when we started doing the post work is the transitions were seamless. You never even really noticed when it went to anamorphic. Which is also interesting because the resolution was quite a bit different too, but they were relatively seamless. And I think what happened with IMAX is, your entire peripheral vision is filled with that image in the 4:3 IMAX. I mean, the top and bottom as well as the sides, and then so you're really focused on the center. I mean, there's a degree of panning and scanning you do in the theater in IMAX, but when those top and bottoms come down, your focus is really on the center of the screen, so you can
Right. Do you think you will ever want to experiment or use IMAX for one of your directorial films?
I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, I don't know how much they're doing it. I wanted to do it for more experimental things. I had sort of an idea to do like more of a museum showcase piece using IMAX. Some kind of immersive sort of vibe, but I've never thought about that in long form.
Right.
And I tried as hard as I could to keep, film going in long form, and I only, direct one movie, and then I directed TV shows. But and we actually shot a couple of commercials on film too, which was, challenging, in getting people to get on board.
Right.
We did this one commercial for Blue Cross that was, I've been shooting digitally. I've been shooting mostly with Arri Alexas, I found myself pitching this commercial. They wanted it to be like an old Western film and widescreen aspect ratio, and so I found myself pitching it, to shoot on film. And this is about 4 years ago, I think, maybe 3 years ago. Yeah. And I found myself pitching it to shoot on film, pitching them to shoot on film. And the cost was, like $25,000 more. Found out it was like a 3-day shoot. It wasn't, crazy prohibitive, but it was an overage that the agency and client were going to have to come up with because it wasn't the standard at that time. And we shot it, and we all had a great time. I had my whole regular crew with me, and we all had a great time shooting it. I really loved the discipline as a director, cutting the camera and thinking things through, and it was kind of a comedy.